today's session is covering the use of the meetings module in myosh. So this is a nice straightforward module to use. Well, first of all, start off by looking at how we create a meeting in the system. So we go into new record. Let's just move that across the record list. What you'll see for the first section that we have is the workgroup field. So as all of you who are myosh customers will be familiar with, you can tailor these types of fields to suit your requirements. So any types of meeting that you're wanting to arrange and also monitor, you can do so just by system admin, changing the list of options. So we'll go for this one as a office work group. In the brief description, this is where you would enter in just a summary of what that meeting is about. Select the meeting convener from the list. So I'm logged in as Angela Adminson, and then we select the frequency. So is it weekly, right the way across to quarterly, and then we have other types of selection as well. Again, this is completely configurable by yourselves. In the venue field, we'll just type in where we're holding it. And then as we move down the form, we can see we've both got the attendees internal and also external can also be collated as well. So I'll just make a few selections from this list. Next section is where we're required to enter in the meeting date. So if we, let's say we've got it for this Friday and it's at 9 AM. In the comments, you can add any additional information. So it just might be something that perhaps is being discussed during the meeting. You do have at the very bottom of the form an attachments area, so you can actually attach maybe an agenda. And typically the associated actions would be perhaps if you're conducting the meeting and you've got a tablet device, you'd be able to record actions during the meeting. So it's actually saves you having to go back to the meeting form itself and recording associated actions in there. We've got the option at this stage to select the notification. So do we want to notify those people at this stage that we have identified as being the list of attendees, just up further within this section, or the option to notify them? I'm going to select notify attendees, select the scheduled button and choose yes. So you'll see what will happen now is this workflow status will update from draft into scheduled. At any point, if there is any additional information to add in, so it could be a case of logging a corrective action perhaps, or maybe a task as a result of the meeting, then we can go into log new. Pick who you're going to assign it to, choose a priority, complete the action detail, add in some details regarding that task and select submit. So that, as always, because it's a linked record, it's an action, it will be associated with this meetings record number 4. It's also available for updating within the action. Now, in terms of notifications with the meetings module, there is only one single default notification that's set up with the system, and that is for the attendees. So for anybody who's listed internally, when the meeting is scheduled, a notification will be sent to anybody that's nominated within that list. For the person who has organised the meeting, once the meeting has taken place, might be that you want to add in any additional actions, close them out, but the next step of the workflow would be to select completed. Now, typically what you'll see within a lot of the myosh modules is when a record is no longer active, it will move to the archive list. So you'll be able to search for any previous recorded meetings just by changing the archived records to yes. There are no questions coming through. I'm assuming that everybody is okay with this module. If you do have any, please feel free to list them now, and I'll just wait a couple of minutes just in case something comes through. All good. Thank you all for joining the session today. And if there are any further questions, please don't hesitate to drop us an email. Thank you.